Greetings, brothers, sisters, friends, and foes. It's Bill from Agape on the streets. Moved out here last night. The video is going to show you a little bit of the driving out, and I'm now fully submersed in nomadicism, the nomad lifestyle. And God's already blessing me. It is, boy, it is different. It is a little shaking, but join me for this video. We're going to get into it. I'm heading to camp, and this truck is running pretty darn good again. We're cruising along here. I do have an engine light on. I'll put my meter on it later. I think it's a sensor. I'll replace that before I take off. But on my way to camp out of Little America, praise God. Wow, it's been tough. It was tough getting out of there. And things aren't really together in the trailer where they could handle a long road trip. I've got to do a lot of anchoring down, but it's going to get me up here, and then I've got a week of good hard work. So keep me in prayer. I think God's going to do some amazing things, and I'll be near Aaron, so I'm just going to keep witnessing to Aaron. I'm purposely not going to go too close because I need a little space, but we'll go on walks at night, go over and take the kid on a walk, and we'll do some talking. And along with your praying, I think God's going to do miracles. We are almost there. I love this side of Flagstaff. There's that church building that got built. They never turned it into anything. No one ever moved in. Pastor where I'm going tried to get it. They just want to hold on to it and let it sit there. Kind of sad. But there's some a really neat place. My boss lives out this way. All these are just houses. You buy the lot, you build it yourself. All right, this is about the end of the houses, and now we're going to start hitting the off-road area here. And there it is, guys, Sunset Boulevard. Not the one in Hollywood, though, but hey, you can build a little house here and pretend. Okay, I gotta watch this part here because this gets a little tricky. It just kind of creeps right up on you. Here we go. Cinder Hills, off-road vehicle area. That blinker, this is people do 80 miles an hour on this highway sometimes, and here we are. And don't let this fool you, because when you come in, it's just no camping, no campfires. But read the bottom for the next 1 mile. Yeah, they don't want you to do anything along the road. But in a mile, this opens up, and that's where the camp is. There's a pretty nice setup. Pretty nice setup out there. It's dusty, but that's how camps are. And I'll check back in with you when I get out there. Well, here we are. We're just getting just about to the area. I already came up here with the car and scoped out a spot, so now I'm going to pray that nobody's in that spot. Because over where Aaron is a very wooded area, and it's beautiful there, and it's nice under the trees, but I need to utilize my solar panels, so I need to be out in the sun. So I'm going to park more in an open clearing type of area. Boy, it is there. Getting bumpy. So hopefully tomorrow, I've got to try to find a ride into town so I can go get the car. That's going to be the tough thing. I don't want to drive the truck all around. I did order some wheel locks for this trailer, so if I do leave it, but they're not in yet. They were supposed to come in a day. It's been 4 days, and they're still not here. It still shows them in Fontana, California, so I'm going to check on that when I park, because it'd be nice to go get those in the morning. One nice thing about having Aaron here is I got some eyes, so hopefully the kid can keep his eyes on the campsite if I have to go somewhere. Though I hear this is pretty decent up here. This isn't a lot of crime and stuff. If you go down closer to Williams, it's right off the freeway, and I hear that gets a little sketchy because maybe just such an easy access to the freeway. They can grab stuff and jump back on the freeway. Out here, you got to go through town, so. And that highway's got a lot of sheriff on it. And that's one thing you find out is these guys that do crime, they don't like it when there's a lot of sheriff. So I've got a little PTSD because I've had some experiences with some not so good cops. But I'd rather be around where there's police, because overall it's going to be a better situation if something happens. So here we are. We got camping out there. Where's I gonna park? Cinder Hills OHV area. Responsible cross-country travel is allowed. All right. It's nice having this dually because this is a little sandy in here. And I was a little worried with the weight of the trailer, but it looks like we're just fine. You gotta watch trees overhead. A lot of stuff that I gotta remember here because I'm not driving the car. All right. We're getting in there, got an old bus out here. Well, this is it. Where am I gonna go? I'm not staying in the same area I was planning. Let's see what we can do here. So to get to the cool part of this place, where the best camping is, unless you want to go way, way out there in those trees, and I'm talking way out there, you see this sign, and then there's the hill. You want to keep going. This is after you've already been into the camp for a little bit on the main road. You just keep following it. And then you get to this big open clearing, this big field. And right before this field, you're going to hang a right. And it goes to another part that's fairly open clearing. And You can see this goes way out there. You can go up in those trees if you want, but I understand there's prairie dogs out there, and you get bit by those fleas, especially your animals. You might not have your animals anymore if you go way back there, and those aren't down here. So most people's animals come around here. But you're going to go ahead and follow this. You'll have this field on one side, and then this just goes on, and it goes back in these trees. It's a little closer, and these trees are pretty nice back here. Now I need solar, but I also like trees, and this gave me a perfect spot back here because I have the trees where my door is. I walk out of my trailer under the trees, but the other side is wide open right to the sun, so it comes up about 7 a.m. right on those solar panels, and it hits me till about, I'd say 3:30 or so, and then I don't get so much direct sunlight, but that's plenty. That works. And you see here it just kind of opens up again. There's my trailer over there. There's our friends in the van, and you can go way out in there, and it's really nice out there. I was out there checking it out last night, but I needed someone to keep their eyes on my stuff, so this is where I ended up. And then I've been down in Flagstaff doing a lot of crazy stuff. Got some neighbors right here. I'm in a good spot because we've got this opening so I can get solar, kind of facing right where we have it in the morning. Got a big old beefy wheel lock on here because that is something, if you're going to leave your trailer here and go into town, you want to make sure nobody can snag it. So at least make it as hard as you can. And if you look back over there, let's see. There's Aaron right there. And actually closer neighbors here than I am with Aaron. But this is it. I'll be doing some work here. Got a table, got to clean it off. Tomorrow, I don't know how I'm going to go about it. I might end up renting a U-Haul for a little while. I got to get out of the one storage unit, or they're going to get me for another $200, and I just can't do it. I had to run the credit card up a little bit to get stuff so I could be here. I can pay that off easy tomorrow when I get paid, but I don't want to put this to a point that I'm spending all my money just to sit here, and then the kids get up here and I'm broke. I got to make sure this works out. Part of that is getting a lot of stuff up and for sale, so I'm going to be working on that. So it is nice and quiet out here. This is supposed to be an ATV area, but I understand there's hardly any ATVs out here. Once in a great while on the weekend, you get a couple. Usually the wind's blowing the other way. I am up on cinders right now, so it's not as dusty as it could be. Otherwise, if you go out where the ATV guys go in that soft powder, it gets pretty dusty. That's crazy. I can't handle that. I can handle dust, but my sinus is only going to take so much. This is actually pretty decent right here. I'm going to work on doing some better videos for you. Internet up here is very limited. My wholesale signal is very limited. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got to sit and pray and figure out how much I'm really going to do while I'm here and how much I'm going to take to quartzsite, because I got a lot of other stuff like that storage, getting stuff for sale, and really preparing. Thank you for your prayers. Truck is very hard to start up in the cold in the morning. I can do it after about noon. It starts up just fine. I'm going to work on the heating element and stuff in it, see how that works if I put that on the generator. It runs amazing though. Once it gets fired up, it's happy. It probably needs new glow plugs, so I'm going to look into that. I can do that while I'm here. That's going to make it a lot better. And then when I get to quartzsite, I'll get the FICM reprogrammed. But man, God is really he's really stretching me with all this Nomad stuff that, has been going on for several years. I'm really there now. This is full on, not in a lot, not where, I've got somebody else where I'm working or something. I am out here. That's all that's out here. Some nomads that, might have some benefits or something coming in, a little money put away. They do odd jobs, whatever they do. They're just going day by day. And this is a hard one for me. This is really hard. Went into town today. I had to get some water in that tank, put about halfway. I got about 100 gallons of water, which should be great for me out here. 275 gallons, that is a blessing. So we get out to courtside, I fill that up, and I was hoping, that way I can share it a little with the kids and stuff so they can focus more on other things and kind of try to serve them a little bit if I can. Yeah, this is, praise God, this is a trip because I feel the peace here. And I know this is what God wants me to do and where he wants me, but I got that thing, oh no, that's not right. And you got to do this, and it's all this society stuff. And I sit and I start studying my word. I go, this isn't stuff from the word. This is stuff society's taught us. And we get all uptight and try to use the word to back it up. But this is what's in the word right here. And thank you, Jesus. Thank you that you love me and you care about me so much that you have wrestled with me to get me here. And that's a tough one. I got a lot of things in my life he's had to work with me on and direct me to, so I deal with them. And I know there's a lot still. There's still a lot. And as this continues, it's just amazing reaching these young people. Again, today, talked to a whole bunch of them. They walk over by this one storage unit. They're homeless. They were seeing if there's a place to hide out in the back there and sleep. And says, guys, and I just kind of shared some vision with them. Get yourself a little job or something. Find an old van, and you can come out, you're with other nomads. What's amazing out here, I came out here for a few hours just to scope the place out and see how Aaron was doing, see where I'm going to pull in. And I had people walking up to me, my age, older, all kinds of different people. How you doing? Want a little bit about my story, told me about theirs. And it's a community. Everybody helps each other out. And it's crazy because it's getting tougher. They're trying to make a lot of laws that interfere with this lifestyle, literally differentiating between a full-time RVer and vacation RVer, and if you're full-time, you can't stay here, and there's all kinds of stuff. I've had to do a few things, and that's why I need the money flowing through so I can do this. There's bills that I've got to pay. Some of these guys just let it all go. There's driver's license. This guy's telling me, this is like 5 miles east of the turnpike. That's where this guy lives. There's no address. And they used to give you a license like that, and they're changing a lot of that now. I have that Lake Havasu City, and it's actually an office service. When I go there, I can use their office or fax machines and stuff. They take all my packages. They can forward them to me wherever I'm at. They'd have a lot of services, and that's about $300 a year that I have to pay for that. And that's a lot of money when you're living like this. That's a lot of money, but it's an amazing service that I just have had to have. Just this video, I've got to pay, what is that? I think it's about $80 a year for this software, this app, to edit this video and to do what I do and to have the music license that I play in some of the videos, that all has to be covered under license. All the stuff I do is dirt cheap when you look at what it is, because I've been in this industry for a while and I know where those bargains are, but it still costs money. And though, in the industry, people look at it and go, that's crazy, that's dirt cheap. Now you're living out here and there's no income, and it's like scary. And that's what I'm having to deal with, my cell phone bill. I've got Verizon, and I've continued to hold on to Verizon. There's some cheaper ones out there, but I'm finding when I go out to places like this, it doesn't work. And I've had Verizon forever. I got it when I was a radio engineer because we'd go way up in the hills to all these transmitter sites, and Verizon was the one that worked. Everybody knew in the industry that's the one you want to do. So I'm trying to hang on to that. You know, that's $50 every month, or I'd lose touch with everybody. And that's my internet and everything, because I don't have an internet service other than what's on my phone. I've got a nice little rugged Toughbook laptop I was blessed with through the job I had, and I can tether to this for here and there if I really need to use it. I've learned to do most of the stuff just on my phone. Um, I also have all the stuff to put a little, what they call a dry shower. So it's a little shower. It's a shower pan, basically. The toilet is in the shower, so it's all in one space, and you can sit, close the lid, sit on top of the toilet, and just shower off there. So I got to build all that stuff. That's going to be really, boy, out here in the dust. I'm not a dust person, so this is new for me. I'm having to be really humble. I've always been in clean environments, you know, transmitter sites and stuff where everything is just clean, clean, clean. And God's getting me used to this, but I know I'm going to need a shower. My truck, everything has been sitting in a diesel truck stop for a year and a half. And I'm realizing now that everything that's on the truck, I touch it and I turn black. That's the soot. That wasn't bothering me because it's a heavier dust. It lands on stuff. You don't breathe it as much and all that, but I'm sure it's way less healthy than what I've got out here. And I've been living with that. I've got to clean that all off of everything. And then this is just natural, you know, it's dirt. So the kids are helping me a lot with this. They're sharing with me that every day you got to clean up a little bit in the trailer, wipe some stuff down. I'm an electronics guy, so I got to rethink how that's going to work out here, you know, if I'm going to do repair and stuff in the dust. I do have a small air cleaner. I might get a larger one if I come across enough funds, so I can pull all the dust out and I can do stuff with the electronics. But that's another thing because, you know, you got like the whole power system, the power inverters and stuff, then that's all got fans. So you're sucking up dust all day. You got to blow those out and clean them out, and your electronics aren't going to last as long out here. As an electronics guy, I can tell you things like capacitors, some of the little components, little parts inside your electronics, those are put together with a glue, and this dust landing on the glue will dissolve the glue. It'll eat it and make those pieces leak out, so they're not at the right value to run your. There's a lot of little things like that you got to start to consider out here. So it's less expensive. In one aspect, you don't have rent or anything, but you're relying on a lot of equipment, and you have to keep it running. You gotta, it's an upkeep thing, and I'm hoping I can help. I'm hoping I can help. A lot of these people don't know how to do that. Maybe I can help them out with that. These people right around the corner, sitting here in the van, older couple, you know, they kind of lost everything. They left in a motor home. Bunch of guys probably selling it, trying to sell it for drugs, but they pulled the copper tubing out of the side of their motorhome. And when he went to light the pilot inside, the motorhome caught fire. And the little bit they had left in the motorhome, they lost that. He had just enough money left to buy that old van they're in. And it has, you know, they've got a lot of portable stove and stuff they bring out, but his husband and wife, that's all they got. He can't work anymore. Guy, I'm worried about the meds I'm on. He's got all kinds of meds. If I don't take these, I die. I got to struggle every month. Who am I going to get? How am I going to get a prescription for him? There's a lot to think about out here. So I've been hanging with these guys and just witnessing to them and telling them about Jesus and telling them, you know, hey, I'm scared too, but I've got this friend, Jesus, that I can lean on, and I know he's got my back, and we're a community. Just like the nomadic thing out here is a community, the Christians are a community. And that's one thing I'm praying about, that we have to get tighter together and back each other up. And if you're called to be out here, man, come out, please. This is first of all, it's an amazing experience for you in your Christian life. But the other thing is the harvest out here. You want to talk about people that are hurting, and they want to talk about Jesus. It's amazing. You know, go inner city, they want to beat you up, set your car on fire, all kinds of stuff. But it is nicer to get out here. That truck stop was a lot of stress. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I had a guy, well, you remember way back, the guys that showed up and they threw acid on my face. That was insane. And God dealt with that one miraculously. And I'm like, what the heck? Then I got a guy, then he's out there just causing trouble with the truckers, going crazy. And I'm supposed to be the security, so I told him he had to leave. And he refused to leave, started wanting to fight and everything. So I called the police. They told him to leave. They trespassed him. I go across the street back to work. Thank God I know some of these truckers. I get a phone call, and he goes, "This guy's back here looking at your trailer. I think he's up to no good." I run over there, and he's trying to set it on fire. So I had to move the trailer a little bit, and glad to be out of there because it is getting crazy. And this trailer is kind of stealth, so I can go through an inner city or something, and I just look like a contractor. And that was on purpose. But if you start staying around these places, some of them are pretty brutal. You could lose everything really quick. And in this situation, it's tough because that is my house. Think about you at work every day, and there's this fear that you're going to get home and your house isn't there anymore. Somebody could take it. It's gone. Or it's just somebody threw something at it and burned up. And that's all you got. And I struggle with it. And it's like, Lord, I'm going to trust you. I know you're my provider, but wow, that's a thing, you know. Thank you all very much. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. I pray that God richly blesses every single one of you. Get a hold of me. You can go to our agapeonthestreets.com. Okay, go to our website. Check it out. There's some older stuff on there. I haven't put anything new on it for a while because I'm using YouTube. But there's information on there. And one of the things that's on there is Telegram. You can click on that link. It takes you to a Telegram group. You got to download the app, but it's a good app, I promise you. This is a good, secure app to chat on. I haven't gone to X yet or anything. A little too political for me. I think Telegram is just as good, just as secure, maybe more because it's under the radar. It's not in this political battle going on, and I don't want to go there. So you can go on there. I can meet you in the group. If you want to go in my private room, you can. You know, love to talk to you. Love to talk to you and share with you. I am going to figure out what I'm going to eat here and then start cleaning up the trailer and putting it together. Because last night I had to climb over stuff to get to the bed, and all I had was a flashlight, and I didn't have a heater. I had plenty of blankets. I didn't freeze, but want to get everything going. And I've got time. I've got to quit the stress and start building on this thing because I've got a diesel heater actually besides the propane heater. I've got a lot of dual redundant stuff because I'm getting older now. And I don't want to end up in the snow and think, oh, that doesn't work. And I don't have the energy or the resource to fix it. And then you sit there and you die. And that happens out here. I hear stories all the time. And we have actually found dead people in our lot when I was at Little America. So it's something I try to avoid. I've worked hard. I've spent the money as wisely as I can to get things that will sustain my life. I've got a lot of pro audio gear. I'm going to put a lot of it up for sale. Last night I prayed again, and God just put on my heart, I want to do something, some kind of music thing. And with me, it's right away, buy all the equipment, build a studio, and I don't think that's where God's going. So keep that in prayer. I'm going to keep a few things around, and we'll see what happens. I'll try to make more videos and talk to you guys later. Hey, God bless you. Bye-bye now.
Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me.